Hi, it's Erica and
Sheridan.
today we're going to be talking to you about using Padlet in your future classrooms. To get started using Padlet, just create an account on their webpage. You can create free accounts or you can choose to do a monthly subscription, which will give you access to creating more Padlets. Once you create your account, it will bring you to what they call your dashboard, which is the screen we're on right now. From your dashboard, you can see the Padlets you've created, and you have. Otherwise, you can always join a Padlet if you are a student, or maybe you're at a seminar and you're going to do a Padlet for continuing education. That's how you can join. Otherwise, you can make a Padlet by going to the pink button here. From the Make a Padlet button, it gives you some options on ways to get started. When you select these are just blank Padlets, and you are going to be inserting the images, the context, and the videos and everything like that into the Padlet to create it. If you're feeling like you need a little bit more support or need some ideas, from your home page on the left-hand side, you can select Gallery, and from there it will bring you into an area where you can see some ideas from other people in the Padlet community that have made their Padlets shareable. From here you can search, look through, get ideas, get examples. But let's say you go to one. We'll do KWL because that's really common in elementary schools or even middle schools. And you can get a look at it, you can get some ideas, you can see what they're doing. If you really like the outline of this Padlet, you can go to Remake, and from here you can copy the design. So from here you can see the layout, the wallpaper, the theme. All of those things will go into your dashboard. But let's say you like the questions they've posed or some other things that are showing up on the threads. You can also copy the posts, and you can see that from there and click submit. After you click submit, it goes right back into what we call your dashboard. Teachers find Padlet is a great resource for allowing differentiation, collaboration, and student engagement within their classrooms. One way we can do this is by creating bookshelves. This is a great tool for the elementary age, but also middle school and high school teachers can use this. If you're in the upper grades, you could maybe create a theme or current events, and students can contribute news articles, books they've read that go along with the topic you're reading, and students can collaborate with one another or just get ideas on other material. In the lower grades, as a teacher, you can add ideas of books and learning that you're doing in the classroom, and you can actually share this out with the parents, and the parents can use it as a resource to bring the learning into the classroom to see what their student is doing, or maybe if they have some of these books at home, they can read them at home to kind of connect to school and also just continuing that learning process. So it's a great way to build community between families and schools. Another great way to use this is so anything that you make public in Padlet, you can also make private again. So a great way to do this at the beginning of the school year would be, as a teacher, to create a Padlet like this, but instead of putting beginnings and rhyming and patterns, you could put each of your students' names, and you could pose some about me questions, and your students can put photos and links and videos that work for about them. You can share it with the whole class. They can get to know each other in a low stress environment, and then you can make that private again. After making that private again, you can use it as a digital portfolio for your student for the entire school year. You can upload photos of their work. You can upload videos that you make of them doing independent for the reading. So if you're a special ed teacher or a lower school like reading teacher, you can make clips of their fluency to get real-time data on how students are progressing or where they might need more support. And also, you can just use it as a way to gauge where your students are at. Another great way to use this is continuing with the differentiation, and Sheridan's going to talk to us about that.
Yeah, thanks, Erica. There's a lot of different awesome ways that you can use Padlet to differentiate in your classroom. As we can see here, this teacher has an awesome example that she used discussing Newton's first law of inertia. So on this page, she's used the shelving template, and she's created 3 different shelves, as they call it in Padlet, and she's linked videos, asking questions. So first for their students to watch the videos, then answer the questions. She used GIFs and added images in here to make it super interactive. But the way that she differentiated is that she's actually created 2 different websites here. Or sorry, not websites, worksheets. And she has differentiated, creating a worksheet and a B worksheet. So in the A worksheet, she doesn't have a ton of support for these students. The students are answering these questions using sentences on their own for the most part, whereas in the B worksheet, there's a lot more support here. So there's like sentence starters, there's, instead of answering a question using sentences, there's illustrations, there's fill in the blanks. So she did an awesome job using Padlet to differentiate in her classroom there. Another awesome thing that she used here was Padlet in a summative assessment. So here the teacher is talking about different heroes' journeys, specifically Percy Jackson. And so what she did is she created a hero's journey in movies Padlet worksheet. So she's actually given the students instructions on how to create a Padlet, given them requirements for what she's expecting, created a model here, and gave them a grading checklist saying to use a title, summary, and picture. And this is one of the final subjects here that one of the students made. So just different ways to differentiate here. You can use differentiation to make a mild, spicy, medium and spicy column like we've discussed in class for student choice. And we could also use differentiation to create 2 to 3 different Padlets to actually send out to different students at different levels. So that might be using different colors with different reading links, different questions, and different videos that fits best for the student. And lastly, you can also use a Padlet in different group discussions. So as you can see here, students were able to post what they thought about climate change, either on their own or with a group. This is also really good for students that don't feel as comfortable speaking out loud in the classroom, and it makes this is an opportunity for them to just feel more comfortable sharing their ideas in a different form rather than speaking out in class.
So to conclude, we feel that Padlet is a great tool and resource to use in your classrooms. It's a great way to bring technology into your teaching to allow your students to have voice and to interact with one another within your classroom. That's just a quick little intro into Padlet and just a few of the ways you can use it within your classroom structures.
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you.